US President Donald Trump is taking a sledgehammer to climate regulations, and this is not limited to the federal level anymore. Now, Trump has launched an assault on local climate laws. He has issued an executive order. It takes aim at city and state policies that curb carbon emissions and hold big oil responsible for its disastrous contributions to global warming. Trump has called these laws burdensome and unconstitutional. The question is, can the president block local climate regulations? And what does this mean for the US and the fight against climate change? Here's a report.
First, US President Donald Trump moved to decimate federal climate regulations. And now, he's coming for efforts at the local levels, where many leaders are still working to fight the dangers of global warming. Trump has issued an executive order. It aims to block state and city-led efforts, like the laws passed to combat climate change and reduce the use of fossil fuels. These have been hailed as the last source of hope in America's climate fight. The order has directed the Department of Justice to identify state laws that address climate change, environmental justice, and carbon emissions, which Trump calls unconstitutional, and to take action to block them. The order says that many states have enacted or are in the process of enacting burdensome and ideologically motivated climate change or energy policies that threaten American energy dominance and our economic and national security. The directive calls out places like Michigan, Colorado, and Minnesota, where laws require all electricity to come from wind, solar, and other carbon-free sources. It also aims at California and Washington, where companies are charged for their carbon emissions. The order specifically attacks the laws in New York and Vermont as well, where fossil fuel companies are held financially responsible for the damage caused by the burning of oil, coal, and gas. The order says that such laws should not stand. So, will they? Experts say that Trump's executive order is broad and vague. So it's unclear what exactly the Justice Department will target. And the order is essentially a press release. It doesn't have legal authority to unilaterally scrap state laws. That said, the order has invited praise from oil interests, and it has outraged advocates of climate action. They call it a disgusting attempt to force everyday people to pay for the toll of climate disasters while shielding the rich who are behind fossil fuel emissions. The US Climate Alliance, which is a group of 24 governors dedicated to climate action, says that it remains undeterred. After all may not be lost. Last month, environmental groups sued the federal government after it froze funds to two Biden-era laws fighting climate change. And now, a judge has ruled that the government must release billions of dollars in funding while the lawsuit proceeds. It's a temporary injunction and a setback for Trump, albeit a minor one. After all, the recent executive order is a small part of a string of attacks by the Trump administration, which is trying to boost domestic energy output and pushing back against policies that curb carbon emissions. Recently, Trump also issued orders to increase coal production, which is the dirtiest and most expensive fossil fuel. And this is not surprising. Fossil fuel companies poured $96 million into Trump's re-election campaign, while he has repeatedly pledged to attack climate lawsuits and said that he doesn't believe in climate change. But climate change is a well-established scientific fact. Greenhouse gases created by the burning of fossil fuels are heating the planet. The average temperature has increased by 1.5 degrees Celsius by 2024 compared to pre-industrial levels, leading to more frequent and extreme heat waves, wildfires, floods, and other disasters, which are wreaking havoc the world over. If temperatures continue to rise, the world will face catastrophic impacts of climate change. But it's clear where Trump's interests lie. It's not in the best interest of the common people.
Greeting you with aloha and namaste.
No, I love India.
Presence, occupation of a territory by another country pertains to India, what we saw in Kashmir.
How do you see Trump's America?
Yes, the current administration behaves differently from the previous administration.
Are you saying that there are foreign powers who are trying to bring down the current government in Syria?
Exactly.
Iran, maybe Russia too.
Prime Minister Modi committed to South-South, cooperation.
Not over 50%.
Is Ukraine prepared to pay the price for that peace?
No compromises at the cost of territorial integrity and sovereignty.